Good afternoon to all the participants. Heartily welcome to all for joining this webinar and happy to share details of the program. Hope this webinar would be meaningful and successful as we will be sharing the details of Blof organic farming technology results and strengthen farmers of the North India. Presently, we are struggling for the high yield and increasing income of farmers through organic farming. This webinar will give you insight, adopt and solution of the existing problems. We welcome Chief Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.K. Mitchell, Sir Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, University of Agricultural Technology, Meerut, and eminent scholar, renowned scholar, researcher, education, he was former Vice Chancellor of Dr. Rajendra Prasad Central University, Pusa, Bihar, to deliver Chief Guest address. I welcome panelist speaker from KCCS Chennai and Yopa, Japan, Dr. Murugesan, Director of Operations, Indo-Japan Project KCCS Consulting, Mr. K. Charanji, Founder Chairman KCCS Consulting, Chennai, C.R. Ravichandran, Senior Advisor, Indo-Japan Project KCCS, will share this experience and implement Blof in South successfully, and Mr. Rekta Kattagiri, Bio from Japan, as an expert Blof technology, and Mr. Subhash Sen, member of Blof program North India, will be sharing his experience of model Blof in Japan during his visit. Dr. Satyan, Chairman CDOs, Noida and President of FCI, will be discussing on prosperity through organic farming model. Eminent speaker will be sharing details about biological organic farming, its importance and journey from Japan to India, with exchange their experience of implementing in India successfully. I am sure that this webinar would be meaningful thought provoking for entire participants. Thank you very much.
As you know that India is largest, about 31% producer of organic food in the world. But it stands at number 9 out of 10 according to the production. This organic farming, as Dr. Manoj Kumar has already mentioned, has been constrained because it is considered that it results into lower productivity. Always when we talk about organic farming, different ways of organic farmings are there, but one question is always there in the mind of researchers as well as the cultivators, that it will result into lower production level. But we have found in our trials at different places and even at the university also, that initially there may be some decrease or reduction in yield, but gradually the benefits of organic farming are immense. It helps in increase of the yield subsequently after 2 or 3 years. It helps in maintaining health also, because it avoids depletion of use of inputs, particularly the inorganic fertilizer and pesticides. It maintains the environment also. So there are so many advantages of organic farming, and that's why farmers are also getting interested in organic farming. The biggest thing is that when we talk about doubling a farmer's income, so the greatest important thing is that we have to reduce the input cost and increase the output. For reducing the input cost, I think if properly practiced, organic farming is very, very important. So we are trying to convince our farmers to to go for organic farming. And I would like to tell you that my university, which is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Agriculture University, is through our 20 Krishi Vigyan Kendras located in 18 districts of Western UP, we are promoting it. Of course, you will know that the government of India also, they have also started certain programs on organic farming, and considering the information and this importance of organic farming, I mean there is one institute established on organic farming in Sikkim. We are lucky that last year 2019-20, we had high record, all-time high record of food grain production to 295.48 million tons, as well as this horticulture production was also all-time high last year. That was about 320 million tons. So we are blessed with that, that despite this pandemic, we achieved the highest production of food grains as well as horticulture crops. Government of India has empowered about 80,000 organic farmers of 169 FPOs for export of niche crops. They include ginger, turmeric, pineapple, chilies of northeastern regions. I would suggest that for going this organic cultivation, of course, we have to propagate throughout the country, but we have to identify certain niche areas also, like this northeastern hills, which are especially the tribal belts of northeastern hills, spices, medicinal produce in Rajasthan, spices, condiments, plantation crops in Kerala, and of course, in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, we can think of, and we are, I think, thinking of growing these pulses and coffee, etc. We will have to identify in due course of time this specific zones or for organic cultivation. We know that in hills it's very easy because there the farmers they use the minimum input, minimum inorganic input, and the crops grown there or their produce is mostly organic. So we have to develop a market for that produce, whether processed products from there or the raw product, they can be brought to the market. Marketing of organic produce has always been a problem because there is no organized market for that. Of course, they fetch good money, good returns to farmer, but the certification of the organic produce has always been a problem. So we have, in fact, our university has already proposed a laboratory for testing of these organic products to certify these organic produce. And I am hopeful that very soon we will be able to get a laboratory established at our university. MSP for organic produce has always been about higher, much higher, and I think that government should provide this MSP about 25 to 30% higher than the normal produce. If the MSP is declared for this organic produce, that will ease out the marketing avenues. Then through this organic farming, which can be through different forms of organic manure we provide to the crop, we can maintain the environment also. The biodegradable waste can be utilized in this organic farming, and this Green India movement can be started linking with Clean India, because if we remove the waste, then it will contribute to the crop. So the linking Green India to organic farming for Green India will be a good approach. This organic farming should be organized in mission mode. I'm very happy that this type of project, Indo-Japan project, has been initiated, and I have been told that in southern India, this KC consultancy service, through their director, senior advisor, chairman, they are operating this project. And of course, from our university side, I wish that we could know better, because we are in this region already cultivating so many crops using this organic farming technology. The technology are different at different places, but I have hurriedly gone through the project document and find that it addresses several issues, like which are the goods to be treated in that, what is the objective of that. And I find that they're very, very interesting. But one thing I like to add to that is that creating awareness is very, very important. As I mentioned already, that people know that organic farming can be very useful, but because of having a fear of low production or low yield, they are scared of that. Though the awareness is increasing through different media, and I hope that the efforts like developing this Indo-Japan organic farming project will help in that. But the greatest thing is that awareness is the key to the success of this program. So the greater is awareness, and I hope that it can be done very easily. And I would like to venture that my KVKs, especially in Western UP, those 20 KVKs I have in 18 districts of Western UP, we would like to help in this project, especially for awareness creation and taking the technology to the farmers' field through on-farm this demonstration, or developing clusters or contract farming, so that this technology goes to the farmers for their maximum benefit. Another very important thing you have identified in this project, certain groups like the cereals, millets, dairy, oilseed, and oil.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Oh, no problem, sir. Please.
Yeah, yeah. So about the processed food or the processed products, I think this area is very good. And so far as the spices is concerned, or the vegetables are concerned, or the medicinal plants are concerned, and even for this jaggery, probably you know that this area is famous for sugarcane cultivation. So I will suggest that, and sugarcane is already under organic cultivation in this area. So I will suggest that the sugarcane may also be included as one of the crops for experimentation, particularly in this area. And because we have found that the jaggery or the gur that is produced from sugarcane grown in this area, the organically cultivated sugarcane, I mean the product that is the gur or jaggery is sold at almost the 3 times higher rate in the market as compared to the normally grown the sugarcane crop, and from that the good is produced here. So these two things are very important. And the third thing I would like to emphasize that human resource development is again very important issue. I think human resource, of course, the component has been taken care in this project, but I think that how to disseminate the technology and make the farmers train in imparting or by imparting training to them how to note down all the observations during this organic farming process. That's very important, and for that purpose, I'll suggest that short courses, maybe of 1 week duration or 3 to 5 days duration, they may be organized for the youth, especially for the youth, for human resource development. So, with these words, I would like to compliment all those involved in this Indo-Japanese organic farming project, and I look forward, in fact, to listen to them, to know better, to benefit myself from their experiences in southern India, in Japan, as well as in Africa. So with these words, I thank you very much for inviting me to this very important discussions. This is new to me, but I'm very interested in listening to all of you. Thank you very much, and thanks to organizer of this important discussion. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We thank you for your gracious presence for joining this session and giving us your blessings as a chief guest, and even giving us the present insight and status of organic farming. Now, I invite and welcome Dr. S. Murugeshan, sir, Director Operations, Indo-Japan Project, KCC Consultancy Services, Chennai.
Thank the entire team of our KCCS, and especially in North, Manoj and Sugan and their team. They are excellently coordinating and cooperating. And as our Vice Chancellor, even in a nutshell and brief, nicely. With that, I would like to share what this technology we are meaning. Actually, India is a rich country, as we all know. But even then, most of our best practices is being taken by countries like Japan, countries like Germany, countries like France, other European countries. But whereas still, though we have all the knowledge and skills, even human resource in India, but we need to organize all these things. The biological organic farming, the main focus is to develop a sustainable development in agriculture productivity, especially toxin-free food supply chain. That is the main aim of thing. At the same time, we need, as Vaichan also very well mentioned about, double the income of the farmers and reducing the import and increasing the yield. That is the key area of the joint venture between the India, Indo, and Japan, in which there is a team, a senior, excellent, and marvelous scientist, Koiwa-san, and his team, that is Kadagiri, Nakayama. They have been worked in Japan as well as in Africa. They have got a tremendous experience in terms of increasing a yield even in irrigated as well as the rainfed, irrigated and rainfed, both the crop they have experimented. The worst they got is double the crop, the 2 times of the actual what it is. From that, they reduced the cultivable area. In turn, they increased the forest area, which also given to harvest the water for that particular land and agriculture. And they also brought the diversification in terms of the agriculture productivity and other aspects of the for that. The Indian system called permaculture, which is being in practice, which they have taken in terms of technology. They have taken as a technology. See, now that Japan, they are good in technology, they are economically sound, they are another important things we have to learn from them is the teamwork of Japan and their commitments and the dedication and punctuality, which is the key area we have to learn from Japanese, and that is the angle we are working. For that only, we got a dedicated team from Japan like Katakiri and Nakayama and Kaiwasan and the team, that is the Biofarm and Jofa. Similarly, in India also, we got a good number of farmers, a very excellent farmers who have been working in the field of organic farming, where their experience also shows that they can increase through natural or organic farming, whatever the methods which we call it. In South India, almost 18 weeks we had a knowledge sharing on this aspect with our team members like Karnanidhi Kasinathan and P.R. Ravichandran and another key members like Sujata, Mupalan and other Satish. They are the key roles they have played to take up this project between India and Japan. Now we are in the process of sharing our knowledge across India and also to identify what are the gray area of our existing practices, what is the best practices we can bring in from Japan and how we customize for our demands. For example, morning also we had a very good session with one of our senior IAS officer of Himachal Pradesh, Mr. R. Selvam, very well explained to our South Indian farmers in the morning about what is the biological organic farming, which is going to have an impact if we bring to India. That two things that are artificial, there is a new modern technologies which is eco-friendly and sustainable, affordable, economical, and easily operationable. And our farmers will not be hijacked by introducing such technology. That one he was very well explained about that. Similarly, the budgeting of water, budgeting of food, then what crop depends on the elevations and the arid, semi-arid, tropical, temperate. According to the city, the one good things India has, all the times we can cultivate crops. That is the one good things. India is resourceful and we have strength to supply food to the entire world if properly we organize. Another important thing, we are in the second largest country in agriculture, but however, we are in terms of standard, the product and quality standard, we are in the 67th place. With the Indo-Japan technology, with Indo-Japan teamwork, we want to bring these products quality and standards to the number one. What today like Israel and Australia, German, France, Italy, which they are doing, the same quality we want to bring in, for which this biological organic farming technology between Japan and India will help us. For which now we have planned to take up 50 farmers across India in a multi-location, that is 15 agroclimatic zones of different crops. of different zones, different soils. That is a model we want to do it. With this experiment, these farmers will become our trainer for the rest of the farmers. Then we will be planning A to Z model, that is on farming. Like in all the operations, the farmland itself we will do like even value addition, supply chain, other grading, procurement, standardization, branding, quality control, everything will be standardized. And these 50 farmers will be working as a center of excellence. In that, what is the biological organic farming, all these things, those technical sessions will be organized separately. The key areas of in this model, we will understand what is the wastage in terms of water. We will understand what is the in advance to identify the disease and pest. What is the inputs, like example, especially seed, what is the quantity which is required, what is the fertigation design which is required, all these parameters will be standardized. Therefore, exact, like even every drop of water will be saved, every gram of our inputs will be saved. Based on that, even the input savings itself, it comes to 35 to 60% in terms of what we are using today by the Indian farmer. That it's a great savings for us. Then meantime, in this, the yield also, they will increase the minimum, that is 2 times. That is what they guarantee. Depends upon the soil and the area, it will vary. But however, definitely in terms of if your land is producing 10 kg, these technology will definitely can give us a stability and ability to produce 20 kg of grains. That is the one advantages. With that, we can reduce the farming area, we can increase the forest area. That is the one key area which we are looking at. For example, if it is, for example, India having about 300 million hectare, 300 plus million hectare we have, even out of which, if we can produce 50% of the land, we can produce 300 area farm area, then see the quantity of the productivity and savings on the input, that will have a great impact on the economy of the Indian agriculture. Moreover, we want to reconstruct the Indian agriculture. What happened in the past 75 years with what we learn now, what across people they learn from us, like different countries, like especially we taken the Japan, we understand from them, and we also work with our scientists like this. Now we are expecting lot of support from the University of Agriculture. Like sir already very well said that 20 kvk is not a small institution. Even those kvk, we will closely work with the farmers. This technology will be transferred properly from the after the pilot. Then all these farmers will be taken into consideration based on their some extent. We also will go for a demand based market research on different requirement of the agri produce. Based on that, the export import also we can well thought. For that, we have to give the confidence to the farmers. This is what we produce, this is what we help end to end. Like we will, this project definitely will help the farmers in terms of end to end model. It is not just giving advice, not like that. We work together, we travel with the farmers, like from the seeding, like all the value chain, this we will work from seeding to like even planting, like nursery to the end post harvest to market. For which the resource mobilization also in terms of knowledge, in terms of infrastructure, we also working, we want to work through the public private partnership under community participation, as well as the grouping, clustering. And moreover, we want really channelize the Indian support to the farmer, like the government support to the farmers, what is available with the government also will be tapped and appropriately it will be used. Especially for example, the 4 areas in India, we are wasting our lot of the produce, that is pre and post harvest is about 15 to 20%. For that, we need to find out the ways and means how we can reduce that. Similarly, like usage of all the inputs, how do we understand how to minimize the usage and wastage. So those are the area. Then we also work on the value addition part, and we also work on the agri clinic in every panchayat. These are because already the RBI also cleared any agriculture graduates, they can open up their government hospital like the human hospital. So we need to, as human resource development, we need to train skilled manpower to upgrade our standards with this kind of new technology, in which the artificial intelligence, like again making big data, they are also part of this program, the Blof technology. Then internet, that is IoT. So these are the area, all things will be introduced here, because Japan has 75% the atomized automation irrigation, automation in inputs application, pest management, all these things they have come. Like that, we will work on that. For that only, we are working now. We all together, that we can together we can achieve this. And also definitely this program is going to be a very successful program. Slowly we can convert into that like a meaningful program. And at least in 2 3 our aim is in 3 years time we want to cover up at least one that is one crore farmer in India under this method. And 10 crore customers we want to directly connect, for which we have designed a pilot project. In Tamil Nadu, we are doing that is a pilot project on farm to home, farm to home. So in which in Tamil Nadu, we have taken up a small calculation. Nowadays, in a red soil area of 1 acre of land, which is in a irrigated area, which support 50 households, 50 households for 365 days, the average yield they can take around 60 to 80 kg. Even average 10 rupees a farmer get, then he can able to earn about 8 lakhs rupees in a year, 6 to 8 lakh, of which 50% is the cost involved. So like that, we have worked out on each crop, some of the crop we have. Now we have to pull as a India as a one model, like what I am getting, what you are getting, each state, what is the major raw materials we need to find out, and accordingly we'll work out. I hope we work together and we definitely will achieve. And this all the credits goes to our Manoj and team who have been organized this. In the due course, we will share more. Thank you very much for giving such opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Murugesan sir, for throwing the light about organic technology and also explaining the details and your action plan. Now I invite Mr. P.R. Ravichandran sir, Senior Advisor Indo-Japan Project, KCCS, Chennai, to deliver his lecture.
Vanakkam, Namaskar. Good evening to all. So I have to thank this opportunity for giving me the presentation to you. So actually, as Dr. That VZ of Sardar Patel University, Dr. Mittalji is told like that, and Dr. Murugesan ji explained about all about that, what is the organic farming and what is the flow theory, everything is they told. So I thank Mr. Manoj ji to organizing these such a very good webinar for eye-opening for all Indian, North Indian farmers, because actually, as Murugesan sir told in the morning session, one of the IAS officer, very senior IAS officer, Mr. Selvam, explained about what is it organic. It's nothing that actually we are doing the natural farming earlier and the ancient age. That is the same thing. It is converted as organic. But we switched over to the fertilizer farming. Now we have to reconstruct our farming methods to our ancient natural farming, because Japan is doing like that. Japan, they are doing that natural farming, nothing that they are using our natural farming methods to connect with that scientific artificial intelligence, like that, all these things, they are connected with that. They are doing very successfully. Actually, in the organic farming, as VC sir mentioned about it, so only problem is in the organic farming, yield. So we are planning for that, improving the yield successfully and profitably to the farmers. These are the things we are going to implement in the Blof method. Actually, Japanese are very successful on that method. So they have successfully proved method, and they got first prize won on the UN. Actually, they proved in that very, very remote area in Zambia also. So we actually already together take 21 farmers to the Japan, and interact with the Japanese farmers and field visit. We have got the lot of knowledges from there. So actually our intention is to motivate our farmers to the chemical free or fertilizer free or toxin free food to the consumers. We will produce it very successfully and very profitably. That's the thing we are going to do in the Japanese scientific method. Actually, they are doing that. They proved that already. They connected with the 8,000 Japanese farmers. You know about Japan. Japan is economically very powerful country. At the same time, they are wanted to improving their agriculture and food sustainability there, because they are importing a lot of food grains and some things from the all other countries. Now they are planning for to improve their productivity, as well as to that very close friendly countries, because they are now keen on India, because they want to ditch with China. Now they are looking for India is the best option country for them to import the food grains and other things. So they are very much interested to implement their methods here and help to our farmers to improve our productivity, as well as in the farming and yield also. So as Murugan sir and Dr. Mittalji told, we are very thankful to our Indian farmers. Now they got motivated to go to the natural farming, as well as get the good yield for that. I thank Manojji and Mr. Sugas to organize this meeting, because our KK San, Mr. Karanadi, is organizing all this Japanese connectivity and everything to interest of our small farmers also. So I thank our Japanese partner, Mr. Katagiri, also joined this meeting. So I thank you all for giving such opportunity to present my views for the motivating the integrated organic farmings. And I thank Manojji and all other things. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. P.R. Ravi Chandran, sir. for putting efforts in promoting biological organic farming in India. Now I invite Mr. K.K. Karunanidhi Kashinathan sir, Founder Chairman KCC Services, Chennai, to join in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Namaste to all of you and a very good evening to all of you. Our sincere thanks to the great respectful Professor R.K. Mittalji, Vice Chancellor, Sardar Patel University for Agriculture and Technology, Meerut. And our great thanks to Dr. Satyan, Chairman, KDMS, Noida, and also President of HPMI, India. And we are very grateful and thankful to our North India organizers, Mr. Manoj Kumarji, and also Suhas Pastwaji from Osaka, Japan. And also we would like to thank all the core team members of this project, Blof Methodology Project Introduction in India. Dr. Mr. Murugesan sir and Mr. P.R. Ravichandran, and also our Japan partner, Ryuta Katagiri-san, and also a lot of our farmers who are here. And we would like to extend our great honor and thanks to Mr. Professor Moni Madhaswamy sir, who is also here, who is a former Director General at National Informatics Center, Government of India. Thank you so much, all of you, for this great occasion of connecting all of us and giving this great opportunity. So today, we are all here for understanding the Blof methodology and what is that we are doing between Japan and India. So before that, let me give a small introduction about myself, which already was given by Manojji and the organizers. I have 23 years of experience, out of which having 16 years working with the Japanese right from 2005 onwards. I landed in Japan in 2005, and I've been working in the IT industry for the last 23 years, but now I'm completely outside the IT industry. I've spent most of the time in HCL Technologies, working in the IT technical manager, and then moved to the business side, working in the sales and marketing, and also handling and anchoring the Japanese language and cultural initiatives between India and Japan through this company called HCL Technologies. At last, I thought I should come out and do something very unique. So that's the time Hitachi actually pulled me for a couple of years. I was serving as a global director in Hitachi India for a couple of years and set up the Japan operations in India for the company Hitachi, which we all know. And now we are all actually looking forward this, what is this Blof methodology, how this idea came and all these things. So Murugesan sir and myself, we are good friends for quite many years, and his passion towards the agriculture and the Japan, and my passion towards connecting between India and Japan in various areas, and adding to that, P.R. Ravichandran sir's a great support for both of us as a pillar, and also a great mindset and the team from Japan, Biofarm team, Japan Organic Farming Association team, through Mr. Ryuta Katagiri and his other colleague, Mr. Nakayama-san. And thankful to the Manojji and the Suhasji for this all happening. Now we are all actually looking for the discussion on this, how this we started. I've been talking to Katagiri-san for more than a year, and he has been talking about a project by a Japanese association called Japan Organic Farming Association, combined with the Biofarm, a very great organization, highly collaborated, highly respectful by government of Japan. So Katagiri-san was discussing with me. It's almost like 8 months we have been talking to each other. I met him in Osaka for a couple of times, in Tokyo, and we had dinners. So the initiative has come up into a good shape after 1 year of the discussion. That's how the relationship with the Japanese goes in any business or in any initiative, as you all know. Japan is very slow, but they are very steady. They will not ditch anybody. That's the mantra. As also Murugesan said, they're very good teamwork, honest, and very ethical people. So we actually collaborated. We actually got an invitation for all farmers who are interested to look at this in Japan in this February. So I requested Katagiri-san, why don't you come to India and then look at our, the agricultural environment here. Then Katagiri-san sent Nakayama-san. From Japan to India, Nakayama-san came here and he visited our farmlands also. And we took him to Agri University. We had a discussion with Organic Agricultural Department, Tamil Nadu Agricultural Department. All these things happened. After this, we were about 20 people traveling to Japan, all farmers related to the farming field. And we were hosted by Indian Embassy in Osaka and Tokyo on the day one. Then we headed to an event called Organic Eco Festa 2020 on February 23rd this year. We all went with a lot of ambiguities in the mind, whether how things will happen, whether the meeting will happen or not. You all know the very obvious reason, because of the Corona early stage. We made it successfully. We all returned back successfully, and everybody was safe, keeping good. So this is the starting point of this Organic Eco Festa hosted by Biofarm and Jofa. And in the 8 days, 20 of the Indian farmers have learned a lot of things from Japan. Japanese are doing a very scientific way of doing the farming, integrated with the data, integrated with the machineries, and on top of everything, government of Japan is heavily supporting all the organic farmers. That's very important thing which you notice. And this Biofarm and Jofa team was asked by government of Japan to go to Africa to do the organic farming because of the reason that China food supply of 50% today need to be reduced as much as possible by Japan, for which Japan is looking for the neighboring countries' help. So Japan identified South Africa, Zambia, a very, very economically downturn country to go and make use of. In South Africa, Zambia, people do not even know how to make use of the farmland. People do not even know how to do that. So this team went there. The funding was done by JICA, Japan Intercooperation Agency. We all know that JICA is the funding agency for all the countries, including India. So they gave a funding to go to Zambia. They did wonderfully in Zambia. And the result of this project is 2019, the best project in the world awarded by United Nations is the Biofarm and Jofa's combined effort of Blof methodology under the guidance of the SDGs called Sustainable Development Goal. We all know Sustainable Development Goal. The whole world is moving towards the SDGs principle. So this is the story of how we started it and how we are going on all these things. With your permission, I just would like to show you about our journey, how we went, and then show the United Nations result, how things happened. Before that, I would like our Japan counterpart, Mr. Katagiri-san, who has been a great pillar for all of us from Japan, to introduce himself and to give few words. Katagiri-san. Katagiri-san.
Hi.
Hi. So, Katagiri-san, this is the first initiative we are extending across India. We would like to work as one India towards Japan for the better relationship of India and Japan. So please go ahead and introduce to all of our Indian friends.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you. And my name is Ryuta Katagiri from Osaka, Japan. Today, I am very honored to be in a wonderful meeting today. So thank you very much. Now I contact with the KK-san every day, maybe 1 year or 1 year overs, and we make the special friendship with KK and KCCS and Muruge and of course Rabi-san. And I meet the Patowa-san in Japan. He is very good person, and I contact anytime. Yes, so I'm very happy to connection in with India's persons, and I contacted Manoji-san too. He's very good person, so I'm very honored today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, and I'm biological farming technologies international advisors now, and this is called biological farming as a Blof. This Blof is Japan's most advanced technology for organic agricultural farming that can investigate what improve it by checking the soil condition with inspection kits, like a doctor. The name is a doctor soil, like a doctor, so we can check the soil, the conditions. Yeah. And this is every places we can check the same situation. So Africa and Japan, India, America, every all over the world we can check the like a doctor. This kit is a very special kit. The name is Doctor Soil. Yeah. And until now, normally organic farming has been performed differently in each country and region. But our technology is every places grow up the potentials and yields and quality too. Yes, we can very high. We can make the very high levels qualities vegetables and fruits. In Japan, have the just mark. Just mark is a very high level Japanese high level brand, but our technologies are higher, more high qualities vegetables we can make this technology. Yeah, and we can make same case in India too. And our project is successful in Zambia 3 years, for 3 years. And any president of Zambia is checking the situation. He is very surprising, and we get any support, the JICA. So KK-san says, and this project we can presentation for the United Nations last year. Yeah, and the United Nations staff and person is very surprising these technologies, and we can get the first prize about SDGs. Now, in all over the world, moved for the SDGs. This is a sustainable development goals. This project is 2030 for 2030s, the world the change for the SDGs, and any founders and any investors thinking for the invest for SDGs. So it's very interesting project, this Blof project. Yeah, so now people from the various countries gathered at the United Nations last year and wanted to introduce the Blof technology for them countries. They hope please collaboration with these countries. For example, Africa, for example, Asia, for example, any countries, America. but I have the connections and the Keke-san and Rabi-san and Muruge-san. So we thinking the India's potentials is a very, very high potentials, and the motivation is a very high motivations. So I thinking, and India is the most important countries for the use these Blof technologies and change the world with Japan and with India. So we decided, and I ask, and I say the chairman, the Koiwai-san, and he's a Blof theory, Blof technologies make branding, to make Blof technology. So I try, and I presentations. Let's try in India these technologies, and let's make any companies in India. And this is in Japan, Japan Biofarm. So, for example, an Indo Biofarm, and he decided, okay, so let's make the companies in India. And before they thinking that this Japan Biofarm for they decided to make the and that now he preparing the make the Biofarm holdings, and this technologies use these technologies all over the world, and India is our first countries in this collaborations, these growth technologies. Yeah. So now Koiwai-san and Japan Biofarms and KCCS teams preparing the soil test and Blof materials, Blof fertilizers materials, and they are very smoothly gathering any material risk. And Koiwai-san is very surprising, because India is a best situation these materials and organics for tried organics. So now Koiwai-san is very, very happy, and he says, let's try Blof technology in India. Yes. So now we continues to success the green revolutions again in India is with Japan in this technology. So today is very, very happy because any new friends and any new partnerships we can make, and we can change the world with India. Thank you very much.
Satagiri-san, and thank you all. We are just getting in how the experience our farmers in Japan have done in a small video. With all your permission, I just would like to run this small video with all of you. So this is the 20 farmers traveled from India to Japan, primarily from the south side that we initiated and started. We didn't take this in a larger scale, but we would like to work as a one team from whole India. And we just started in a very small way with all known circle and all farmers. And we went to the Organic Eco Festival. We traveled to Indian Embassy. We went to organic missionaries, agro missionaries, how it is all used in Japan. So this is a small nutshell of what we experienced in Japan. The man who is standing in the middle, the Japanese man, is the president of Japan Organic Farming Association, Koiwai-san, and also he's the president of the company called Biofarm. This is the Indian Embassy in Tokyo, Kudanshita, where we were all invited by the Indian ambassador, and they spent almost like 1.5 hours with all of us in the Indian Embassy in Kudanshita, Tokyo. So while this is our trip that we went to Japan in February, and we just would like to show you that how our initiative on this went and how the Japanese team came here as our journey, our KCCS journey in the agricultural and organic farming. So as Mr. Murugesan sir already explained, it's going to be like, the cost of the input to be reduced, and the yield is going to be increased with the standardization of the parameters, doing this farming in a very scientific way with India and Japan collaborations. Also, we are also creating a platform for import-export of various agri products and other products. KCCS is one of the service line is also import and export because of the China issue. There is a lot of opportunities which is popping up, and I wish the whole India can make use of this opportunity to do that. And this is the visit to our farm. The person who is standing in the middle, he is a scientist from Biofarm Nakayama-san. And Dr. Murugesan sir is there, and there with all the whole team is there. This is the farm near Chennai, around 110 kilometers from Chennai. This is the first land, the red soil land is our own land, earmarked for doing the pilot project. Without any expectation that we will have multiple number of farmers, we thought of starting it in this February with this small land of 5 acres, but then we all came back. The situation has changed, but though the situation has changed, now there are 50 farmers across India have enrolled with us to do the pilot project and trial project using the Blof methodology. So this is in Indian Embassy, where we all were given a very good information about what is happening between India and Japan, and what are the projects running between India and Japan from the both government perspective. I just would like to take you all through the UNGA conference for a few minutes. That is what the result which happened because of this Blof methodology. As you all know, that United Nations is also working with the SDG goal. Agriculture is one of the key area which they looked upon very seriously. This is in New York by the United Nations, a conference called UNGA conference, UNGA conference, with the SDG goal as an objective for this UNGA conference. A lot of people across all over the globe participated in the UNGA conference. And this is the proposal from Japan for this UNGA conference as part of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal, with a Blof theory, Blof methodology from Japan, which is a proven methodology in Japan across more than 5,000 farmers who are transformed from the inorganic to organic. So this is the direct live training which is given, and the testing is done. Biofarm and Jofa is enabling the entire farming through the wonderful technology, scientific way, and the devices and the kits and the machineries. Everything is integrated. IoT is implemented with the support of the company called NTT Commuware, done for Biofarm. And IoT is implemented, but they just started with IoT. And this organic farming is applied not only for the soil farming, they are also using this for hydroponics farming and the other aqua farming everywhere. Because countries like Japan, where they don't have the land, hydroponics farming is very significant. So these are all some of the on the field, on the ground photographs which was taken during the Zambia farming. And this is a team, and this is completely funded by Government of Japan through JICA. This particular project. first place in the SDGs, which is a very prestigious award across the globe, across the continents, in the entire natural and organic farming. This is the reason why we have chosen Japan Organic Farming Association and Biofarm to be our partner to get inside India and to trial and pilot it with all of us. Koiwai-san in the middle, Katagiri-san on the right, and Ishiara-san, Secretary of JOFA, in the left for the Zambia bio project. And this is during the awarding ceremony in New York with the Japan ambassador in New York. So this is the reason why we are all gathered today, to understand what we are doing and how we wanted to do and what we wanted to do in entire India across. So with that, I would like to wind up my discussion. If you all have any questions to any of our team members, we are all feel free to handle. Thanks once again for giving such a great and wonderful opportunity by our whole team and also Katagiri-san. Thank you all, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Karunanidhi Kashinathan, sir, for putting your efforts on sustainable development growth in India with reference to organic farming, and also introducing Katagiri-san Biofarm from Japan, and also making us view your journey. Now I invite Mr. Suhash Patwa, member Blof program, North India, to give his views.
Hello, namaskar everyone. Myself Suhas Patwa. Before I start telling you about my experience, I would like to thank Katagiri-san, Nakayama-san from Biofarm Japan, and Mr. Ravi Chandran sir, Murugesan doctor, and KKG from KCCS Chennai, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and giving me motivation who is being motivation behind the adoption of organic farming through Blof technology. So I'm working with KCCS for last 1 year as program member and working closely with Mr. Manojji. I'm having daily discussion with him. I have IT background and I have experience in like around 17 years. I'm working in Japan, providing IT solutions to various businesses, which includes artificial intelligence. And I'm also a farmer by birth, as being Indian. And I'm also very much fascinated to resolve any prevailing problem in farming and most importantly, chemical-free food for everyone. So this thirst of mine, I have taken up farming, and I would like to relate myself as a farmer and give solutions to make farming more sustainable. Now time has come where farming and IT will go hand in hand, and things should be convenient for farmers with new technology and with the knowledge. So I would like to share my experience in Japan. So during my visit to the organic farming conference, which Keke-san arranged with Indian farmers in Japan, I had a chance to meet Mr. Koiwai-san, who is a bio-natural farming scientist and who is, as you are aware, like UN award winner for his work in Zambia for sustainable SDG. I also met Katagiri-san and Nakayama-san in Japan, and had very good discussion and learned a lot about how farming can be this Blof technology can be helpful in India. I also had chance to meet a farmer in Japan who is using Blof technology and producing very good quality, very tasty, nutritious food in a small area, high yield. So I think we have a chance to follow these guidelines which Mr. Koiwai-san had experience with in India, and we can use this Japanese farming technology and reach our India's goal for sustainable development, which includes no hunger, no malnutrition, and no farming days. So thank you very much, everyone, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Suhash Patwaji, for joining in and bringing us your experience. Now I invite Dr. Satyen, Chairman CADMS and President HPMI, to share his presentation on prosperity through organic farming, a model.
A very good afternoon to everybody, especially to Professor Mittal, who has been very kind enough to be with us, Professor Moni, and my all South Indian colleagues, Dr. Murugeshan, Dr. Karunanidhi, and Mr. Ravi, Mr. Katagiri-san, and Mr. Suhas, and my colleague, Mr. Manon. I welcome you all and all the participants. And now I would like to make a brief presentation about the status of agriculture, organic farming especially. So the topic which I have selected, the prosperity through organic farming. And I take privilege to say the announcement of Indo-Japanese organic farming technologies in North India. So this is the beginning. This is the zero date, I call it. And now let me just give an introduction about myself. I'm a plant scientist working for the last 30 years with following organizations and activities. We have an institution promoted by the scientists, which is called Horticulture Produce Management Institute. And we are in agriculture education through Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management, which is an initiative with a leading university in the Western UP called Sobit University. And we have a company called Indian Potatoes Limited, one of the largest potato exporter from India. And then we have a new company which has recently been launched with Mr. Manoj for taking some initiative, that is HPMI Technologies Limited, Private Limited. Now, why organic farming and how? This is another big issue. So the two agendas: why to have safe food without any harmful chemicals, residues, including agrochemicals and chemical fertilizers. And of course, safe, healthy, hygienic, adulteration-free superfood, which gives us the nutrition as well as heal us, the immune systems to fight with COVID and other immunity-linked diseases. And how? By adopting transparent agribusiness guarantee system, by following NPOP protocols with traceability under participatory mode with win-win situation, by integrating all available scientific organic farming options, by introducing farm to energy model and risk sharing mechanism. This is how we plan to integrate with the organic farming options. Now, these are the reasons why we are going to have this organic farming. You know, India in around 120 million hectare land, it is filled with the pesticide residues and pesticide, different kind of pesticide, insecticides. This is old data, but you can have a feeling what kind of agriculture we have in India at the moment. And now you see the regions, most of the chemicals which are being used in India have been banned worldwide, but unfortunately due to various regions, they are being still used in India. So we have no option. We can't have the control. We can't have the regulatory system. But of course, we can stop using this produce. So let's promote organic farming. So these are the things you can see how much there is the primary, secondary, and tertiary uses. The residues are there. Certain chemicals they don't even break down and they are stored in our liver. And ultimately, at the end of the last phase of life, 60, 70 years, we discover various kind of chronic diseases, cancer, and so many ulcers and other problems which are linked with the toxic elements deposited in our body. So, this is one of the examples, organophosphates used in India in wheat and rice, and it is a very, very dangerous chemical. Another is the, Bhopal disasters. A lot of chemicals were sprayed and contaminated the whole atmosphere, and the consequences are still available. Similarly, the another, DDT, which is banned, but is still being used in India. This indosulfan, this tragedy in Kerala, while spraying by aerial spray, what kind of situation we have. These are the consequences of the present ongoing chemical practices or chemical agriculture. Monocrotophos, people, they dip the cauliflower in before bringing it to the market to give it a whiteness. So a lot of bad practices are happening. In Bihar, it was contaminated, the food was contaminated, and how many children died. So a lot of noise is there, but still there's no solution. So the solution which is coming through a joint initiative with Japan, with other participants who are promoting organic farming, is the only solution. The malathion is a deadly chemical. So is there a solution? Yes. Let us adopt organic farming. Let's have no synthetic fertilizer, no pesticide, no growth hormones, no chemical preservatives, no coloring agents. Let's give a beautiful, healthy, and livable world to the next generation with food security and food safety. So let's have happy, beginning. We grow with happiness, sell with happiness, and to make world happy. This is the mission which we are taking with today's zero date. So now this is the organic standard, it's a 0.001 ppm. Initially, the European companies, they were talking about the permissible limit because they didn't have the sophisticated equipment to measure the traceability. Now they have gone to the more further details, and now they have fixed the traceable limits. It is depending upon the equipment. So which is very, very high. In India, we have more than 1,000 ppm available, which is very, very dangerous. And most of the time we get the rejects from the European market and US market. Now, coming back to the organic farming status in India, we have NPOP and PGS. We have around 22 lakhs 50,000 hectare area under NPOP, and we have 3 lakhs 50,000 farmers. And recently, Government of India has promoted PGS, the participatory guarantee system, where you don't need third-party certification. Even then, we have 7 lakhs 50,000 hectare area, and 11 lakhs 50,000 farmers are there. This is a authenticating kind of a protocol which is to be uploaded to the Ministry of Agriculture. So a lot of people are coming forward. So these are the present status, and you see the exports, which is because it was affected because of COVID-19, but still you see the export in last month, July, it increased and balanced. It is rather more than the previous year. So things are there, opportunities are there, potential is there. We need to exploit it. Now, this organic farming is not new in India. It is being practiced for last couple of hundred centuries. But the existing organic farmings which are in practice in India are biodynamic farming, Panchagabya farming, Rishi Krishi, Homa organic farming, Nachukyo farming, natural farming, and now we are introducing Japanese Blof organic farming model. And now we have in India, we call it Jaivik Kheti or Paramparagat Kheti, the traditional agriculture, where we put all the combinations of all the available protocol, because ultimate aim is to have the more yield, safe food, healthy food. So we have no problem in selecting any good practice being adopted, being advocated under any of the organic farming model. Every farming model has exclusive advantages. I will not go in detail because it will take a lot of time, but I will give you one example of Homa organic farming. This data is from Peru. And you see the yield is almost double in papaya under organic farming. And it is just a 2 minutes process in the morning at the time of sunrise and the sunset. It increases yield, it decreases the harmful insects, and improve the cosmic energy integration with the different processes, and increase the yield as well as the quality of the food and the appearance of the food. And this is the mantra, which is a separate protocol, which I will explain sometimes when we have a full session on organic farming. But here just I want to give the mention because I practice it, I advocate it, and it is very close to my heart, this Homa farming. This is, you see in tomato, the same kind of result, beautiful self-life and appearance and wonderful yield. So I'm just giving you 2 examples just to give one options out of these all options. Now I will give you one model which we have implemented in Haridwar. We are working on it. This I want to tell you because we are going to integrate in the same manner. We are going to develop clusters in all agro-climatic zone. So this model I'm just going to present. It has last for 2 years. I have been implementing this. Everybody knows about Haridwar. I will not discuss now. In India, this Indian organic agriculture was always been cow-based. Cow was in the center of Indian agriculture. You see, 1700, 1800, like 2018. The problem, what it started in 17th century when Britishers came to India. They discovered what is the strength of Indian agriculture, and they discovered that Indian agriculture is a cow-based agriculture. So just they wanted to promote this chemical fertilizers and other things from British side. So they started slaughtering of Indian cows, and they introduced a slaughterhouse in Calcutta, with 30,000 cow slaughtering system. And over a period of time, they slaughtered many cows. And finally, the problem started for the fertilizers and self-sustainability. And this chemical fertilizer was introduced. And after that, of course, because we were desperate for the foods, and we got, somehow motivated or convinced for green revolution, and we did the whole country under chemical fertilizer. And now we are going to back to reverse the process. Anyway, we have to do whatever the situation requires. So this is the genesis of this project, which I was trying to do that. And now in 2014, Indian government, announced the policy that cow slaughtering is banned. It was banned even in the Mughal period also, but some people were doing it unofficially. But this government did it seriously. So all the cows, they came on the road, because the farmers, they were not nourishing them, because they were not milking cows. So they came on the cows, and a lot of problems started. So the group of saintly people in Haridwar and myself, we started a program in Haridwar where we started collecting all the cows from different areas which were being discarded by the farmers. And we started this project. So this is the organization called Sri Krishna. This is being managed by the saintly people. They are all sannyasis. They are not any NGO or something like that, but they are sannyasis. They promoted this organization, and I supported them technically and commercially. So what we did, we have around 13,000 cows, and we are sustainable model. We generate money, we earn money, spend money on these cows. So this is a unit which I am showing you. This is 3,000 cows, and we process 25 tons cow dung every day, and the cow urine, to make biofertilizers, different kind of inputs I'll show you. And we make CNG also, which we sell to a local industry. So this is how we are earning money without having the milk from the cow dung and cow urine. So this is what being done in 17th, 18th century. The whole country's economy and the agriculture was based on cow byproducts, the urine and the cow dung, which is much more beneficial than the milk. So this is the biofertilizer, the dry biofertilizer, and the slurry. This is the CNG unit. And now this is the process which I'll just skip. And now we have developed these organic agri inputs for all kind of problems for agriculture. And they have been tested, verified, and authenticated by Pantnagar Agriculture University, which is a known university in the whole of the world. And they have tested everything through their KVKs in Roorkee, and they have given the certificate for their efficacies, for their applications. So we have different kind of products which you can just I'm quickly running through different kind of product for as a pesticide, insecticide, weedicide. So all kind of agri inputs are now available by using cow dung and cow urine with fortification for different other ingredients. It's as per the technical applications, and they are approved as organic farming input by National Organic Board. So it's all authenticated, documented, and ready for farmers' applications, and they are being sold also to some of the clusters which we have adopted. Now this is the another project we call, because this is the back end. We have developed the agri input, but how we are going to sell it, how we are going to market it. So this is the forward linkage which I am explaining in a few minutes. So we decided to promote self-employment opportunities. So we designed a model for selling this. I call it Jinko Mart. So this is the model, this is the route where we are going to have the retail outlets where this product of certified organic products will be sold. This is the value chain. You know how many people are in the middle as a middleman, but our value chain is straight from farmer to consumer. We call it farm to fork. And now I have started calling it farm to energy, because I am integrating energy also, which comes from food as well as from the waste. Now this is the model which we are using. Here we have the farmer interest groups, which we bring them to producer company. Here the value additions center, which we can create, which I plan to propose to develop it with the Japanese organic farming system. And this value addition will buy the raw material and process it, do the minimal processing, primary processing, secondary processing, and the lower you see the market channels, whether it is for the distant marketing, for the institutional sales, or for the retail. Now, how we are going to retail, I will just brief you. This is the ecosystem which is going to work there. So we will have block level functionality. Every block, we will have one farmer producer company having 5,000 farmers. And we will have farmers integrated with. So this is the whole ecosystem. Now, this is the agenda we have. How to increase the income, how to increase their balance sheet. So we have three models: increase the income of farmers through productivity enhancement by using different kind of technologies, low input, high productivity, and promoting precision farming, nutrition farming, digital farming, organic farming. This is the one model. And then increasing the income to farmers through additional income option. Maybe somebody is capable of doing goat farming, beekeeping, cow dairy, whatever. So we will give them additional income option. And the third option is to give them the livelihood option by developing some enterprise for them in support with our organization. So these are the threefold program for empowering the farmers and agripreneurs of India we are targeting. This is the proposed ecosystem you can see. And now these are the, I'll just skip it. I will show you some models which we have developed and designed. These are the stationary model. Then we have, this is for the home delivery, to carrying the product to deliver to the consumers. Then these are the product to be sold. And then these are the different kind of outfits. They are all battery operated, GPS mounted, and technology enabled vehicles for delivery, for selling, as a self-employment option for the people. This is the fruits and vegetable vending cart. And these are the various other options which we have. We can integrate for even cooked food dispensing and processed food dispensing. These are the pre-cooled vehicles and the vans where we can have the frozen fruits and vegetables. We have a unit in Bhajpur, in Rudrapur, in Uttarakhand, where we are processing frozen fruits and vegetables. These are for the smaller version of self-employment. Maybe in 50,000 rupees, somebody can sell the product and have their livelihood through self-employment. These are for the milk, which we plan to have, the fresh milk, A2 milk, which we call it. Now we extend the invitation to the farmers to be our partner and ensure, sorry, there is a mistake, NAD, please read it, and ensure your prosperity. So we will integrate technology, we will integrate training, we will integrate financial intervention, but we need to have your intent and content, of course, land. So the people having 2.5 acres land are invited to be the part of our program, and they'll be supported, they'll be given handholding for 3 years for developing this model farm under the Blof technology. So this is my commitment with the people through our organizations. So we already have identified people who are ready to come forward to set up these model farms. And because we are also having the market channels, as well as Japanese group is also having the market channel, so marketing will not be a problem. And we have integrated state agriculture universities also, like Professor Mittal is there. I have negotiated with Rajasthan also, Chandrasekhar Azad University also, Faizabad also. So we have 4 universities in our fold to support us, to guide us, to extend their cooperation to us. So this is going to be a successful program. Technology partner, marketing partner, and innovation from Japan, and the high-tech technology, the precision farming protocols from Japan will really make it a success. So now these are the farmers' benefits, which you can see. That they will have the one-stop solution from us, right from concept till the market access. And these are the benefit to the agripreneurs. Again, hand-holding, getting them the money from the bank, giving them the supply chain, and helping them in getting their livelihood. And of course, the promoter, the investors, because we are having transparency, the transparent agri-business. So everybody will be benefited. Anybody can know what is happening in the whole of the value chain. The whole value chain and supply chain are transparent and integrated. So this is going to be a new innovative concept. For the first time, probably we'll be introducing the participatory mode and risk-sharing mechanism with transparency in the supply chain and value chain. So thank you for your participation and in principle consent from my agreed farmers who are ready to come forward to adopt the Blof organic farming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Satyaj sir, for sharing your presentation on prosperity through organic farming, a model. Now we have with us Professor M. Moni, Professor Emeritus and Chairman of CAIRS, Shobit Deemed University, Meerut, and former DG NIC,
Professor Mittal,
to share few
Vice
words.
Chancellor, Sardar Patel University of Agriculture
I
and
would like to
Technology,
invite
Meerut,
Professor M. Moni.
Dr. Satyan, Chairman, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management and President, HPMI India, Dr. Burhesan, Director Operations India Indo-Japan Project, KC Consultancy Services, Mr. Karnanidhi Kasinathan, Founder Chairman, KC Consultancy Services, Mr. Ravi Chandran, Senior Advisor, Indo-Japan Project, Mr. Rohita Katagri, Biofarm Japan, Mr. Engineer Manoj Kumar, and Mr. Suhas, and many other distinguished participants in the Sunday afternoon program. Very important program of bringing in the latest technology, Japanese technology, Blof organic farming in India. And I'm very happy to note that the persons who have spent their most of the time in IT, information technology area, Mr. Kasirajan and also Mr. Sugas, they spend a lot of time in information technology area, and they have come to agriculture sector. The same is true with me. I spent more than 35 years in IT area, and now started working in IT and agriculture in a big manner, along with Dr. Satyan Yadav. It's a very important program that Dr. R.K. Mittal, is participating, and he spent so much time in this program, and he also gave a very good inaugural address, giving the complete scenario with respect to India is having it. Satyan Yadav is a veteran in this field, and he has got his, explained his model, and he's heading a very important, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies is a joint initiative of HPMI and Soviet Deemed University. It is a very important program which today Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies has conducted. And I'm also very happy that, from this university, in order to facilitate rural economy, we set up 4 centers of excellence. One is a Center for Agriculture Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies to promote all digital technology in agriculture, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, and Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications. And I'm very happy that under the Blof theory implementation, you will be using very heavily artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and IoT. And this is a welcome move, and because under the Doubling the Farmer's Income by 2022 committee, I was involved in 2 subcommittees, and one committee dealt with the digital technology in agriculture, which is in the chapter 7 to 10 of the volume 12, which has been published by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfares. And with this collaboration, the Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies of the Soviet University and ACCS will be in a very comfortable position to bring in large-scale digital technologies in agriculture in a more benefitable and profitable manner. We need to train all our agricultural science graduates and also non-agricultural science graduates from the rural area in a very big manner in artificial intelligence, IoT, and big data analytics in the agricultural sector. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity, Dr. Satyan Yadav. I thank you once again, and for organizing a very big program, today afternoon, and it goes very well with our agenda and the national agenda, and it has to come out. Future agriculture is a digitalized agriculture, and for the information of the Dr. Murugesan and Dr. Kasinathan, and also Mr. Rohita Katagiri and Sugas Patwa, that there are 7 mission mode projects which I have suggested in the Doubling the Farmer's Income by 2022. These 7 mission mode projects for digitalized technology in agriculture. So maybe in the when the time available, that we will take it up, because under the Blof theory operationalization in India, that if we are also bringing in this digital technology in agriculture in a very effective manner, the farmers will get benefit, because your intention is to reduce input, increase yield, and also marketability, so that farmers' income gets double. It is not only double; it can be more than that also. So, and I'm very happy that through the Center for Agribusiness Management, during the COVID situation, we have organized a lot of value chain projects, what is that, potato value chain project, mango value chain project, and inland fisheries value chain project. And like that, there are about 400 agriculture commodities in the country. And this Center for Agribusiness Management Studies will be doing a very important role in bringing in digital technology in this agriculture value system of these 400 agriculture commodities. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to me. And we will be very happy to work with you from the university point of view and from the agriculture side point of view. And let us bring in the latest technology, profitable technology to Indian agriculture, because India is a country which grows agriculture, almost throughout the year, and we get sunlight throughout the year. And we got more than 15 agroclimatic regions in the country, and about more than 127 agricultural climatic zones, and regions in the country. So our farmers are more enthusiastic in nature to bring in latest technology. And the COVID situation has brought many youngsters work in different fields. Now they are coming back to villages to get involved in the agriculture sector. And this is a positive aspect of the COVID situation, irrespective of what all the disruption which has brought in. So we should take advantages of the COVID situation and bring in more technology, innovation in agriculture sector, so that India become the number one the country to bring in, pesticide-free, fertilizer-free, and highly nutritious, agriculture commodities for raising the health of the Indian, the world population in totality. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Moni sir, for joining in on the last moment. Now we will take up question answer session. As per the questions from the chat room, there is a person who want to ask how we can check organic vegetables and fruit, whether they are organic or not organic. So can we have a right technology or solution?
See, there is a standard. See, the organic standard, one is that MRL, every crop, you call that is a gluten. That gluten is one of the dangerous content in the food. So based on certain areas, each government, like in Japan, Europe, they are standardized. So that can be tested. Like there is again intercellular test, molecular test, then residual test. Like that, every crop, it has its own parameters. Accordingly, there is a periodical test is being tested. On that basis, we declare whether it is organic or not organic. Then it will be particle per million or particle, that is per gram, how much it should be there. That is called permissible limit of poison in the food what we eat, like a permissible limit of toxin in water. So there is a called ppm, particle per million in water, like a total dissolved solid, like as per the World Health Organization. There is a standard is being announced by the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization, even FDA, like that. Every state we have, every country they have. Accordingly, India also has that. But in India, still we are not very strict on that, not like other countries. So we need to standardize those things, and definitely that can be tested and given, like as Sir also said, Yadav also said, ABC also said, the human resource to be trained and their skill to be improved. That is the part of our Blof system, this which we give the training to them also, how to test it, whether it's organic or inorganic. There is an experiment, there is a test kit is there.
In addition to what Mr. Murugan has said, there is a test for pesticide residue analysis also for certification of organic production. So that's also very important. And as I mentioned initially, that there is a great requirement for organic produce certification agency. And of course, for basmati rice, ABIDA has taken initiative for others also. There is requirement of that, and my university has already proposed a project in that direction, and we are hoping to have such a project and a lab established at our university in due course of time. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There's another question. How can we buy any of the cards shown in your presentation, Dr. Satyen, sir?
Yeah, you need to contact us and we'll send you the details. They are available in Noida. You can very well buy.
Okay. There's another question from Dr. Akhilesh Kumar. Yes, sir. Please continue.
Send my email ID to them and I'll respond them accordingly.
Sure, sir. Another question from Dr. Akhilesh Kumar. What will be the source of organic seeds in this Indo-Japan collaborative project?
Yes, let me answer this. In India, as on today, there is no organized seed company existing for supplying of the organic seed. Government of India has allowed us to use chemically treated seeds. If they are not treated, they can take them into the organic protocol. They have allowed till we don't have the protocol for organic seeds. And we are trying to set up an organic seed processing unit in Bundelkhand region for organic seeds. So it will come very soon. But at the moment, there is no organized system, or we import from different countries. We have companies in US, we have companies in Europe. So we can import the seeds from there, which can be grown here, or the OP seeds can be developed, can be improved for the organic farming. This is what is the status as on today in India.
Thank you, sir. There's another question. Kaushilendra is asking, how do we identify organic vegetables from non-organic vegetables?
First of all, they are separately packed, tagged, and stamped. It is a very well evident from the packet which you can see. But unfortunately, in India, people they put it on the shelf and they say it's organic. So we should be careful with them. Even one single vegetable unit should be packed, tagged, and stamped. Then only it should be taken as organic. So a lot of cheating is going on. So we have to be careful. And we are educated people, so we should see the stamp and the certificate, the transit certificate, which has been already provided to everybody from bringing it to the farm to the selling point. So the TC and the tagging certification.
Even that source to be tagged, sir. The source.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This transit certificate. I mean, from that place to this, they call it TC. Transit certificate has to be there, which indicates everything. It is self-explanatory.
Okay. There's another question. What are the products of crops have been identified to do cultivation under Blof model in India?
This will depend upon agroclimatic conditions. We will identify the crops which are already being grown or which have the potential to grow. It is not that we are going to dictate the crops which should be grown or which should not be grown. This is dependent upon the natural system, the natural ecosystem, the microclimate and other things. Accordingly, yes, they'll be taken, and the market-driven crops.
Yes, sir. Exactly correct. Correct, sir.
Just to add, Dr. Satyen, sir, Japan team is discussing with us which is the fastest crop. For example, greens are all like 45 to 50 days, 60 days. We can see the results so quickly when we apply the Blof in the greens. And also, they are looking at which is the widely used crops across India, so that if we cover those crops, then the coverage of that crop would be very high using the Blof. Just to add to your point, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, sure.
So this, how can we be benefited for you? Like one more. We are in process to create a national FPC for value addition for sugarcane. How can we be benefited?
As far as the sugarcane is concerned, this is not exactly in my agenda. Maybe my Japanese partner are interested, we can take it. But I personally, I do not take sugarcane because it is a politically influenced crop. So I keep myself away from the sugarcane. But I have, a mandate to take the jaggery, organic jaggery. If certified jaggery is there, we will include in our basket for market access. But sugarcane, at least HPM, I will not take up.
But Dr. Satyen, I would like to tell that in Western UP, a lot of farmers are growing sugarcane organically. So I think, and sugarcane is one such crop in Western UP or the Northern India, which we can't easily replace. So if you go for that also, I think if you include that also, I think it will be a good idea.
No, sir, we will take small marginal farmers into our kitty, but we will not take large farmers which are linked with the sugar mills, because a lot of politics got involved in the sugarcane business. So I'll keep away. But the small and marginal farmers, they are growing the requirement as per our mandate, as per our agreement in advance. We'll buy the product, we'll convert it into jaggery or locally made sugar, and we'll market it. We'll support them.
Another question: how can New Global India Limited, an organic input startup by MS Dhoni, can participate?
We don't have much idea about this organization, though I know them personally. Mr. Maurya is in touch with me, and let's have their profile of the agri input, which we will try to include if it is recommended and approved by our team. Basically, they are looking for the marketing of the agri inputs, which we will look into that depending upon the merit and other things. It is too early to say anything at this point of time.
So now I'll take up the last question. It's in continuation with sugarcane. We have created sugarcane juice ice cubes. We are away from jaggery and are with small farmers only. So anything on this?
They are welcome. They should integrate. I have a person in Western UP. All these districts which comes under Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel University, my one person, Mr. Rajveer Singh, is creating FPOs in every block. So 49 FPOs are being promoted. He should contact them. He should write a mail to us. I will connect with my coordinator in that region.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening to all participants. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver vote of thanks for this webinar to all dignitaries for presenting their speeches in requisite time frame. I would like to thank Chief Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.K. Mittal, sir, who honored this webinar with his presence and inspiration thoughts. I would like to thank KCCS Chennai team, Dr. S. Murugesan, sir, Director, Operation Indo-Japan Project, KCC Consulting Services, Mr. Karunanidhi Kasinathan, sir, Founder Chairman, KCC Consulting Services, Chennai, Mr. P.R. Ravichandran, sir, Senior Advisor, Indo-Japan Project, KCC, Chennai, for sparing the valuable time in sharing the experience about biological organic farming to boost the agrarian economy of India. We are thankful to Mr. Kataderi San, Biofarm Japan, and Mr. Suhas San, member Blof Program North India, for sharing their experience with us to know the practical application of Blof. We would like to thank Dr. Satyen and Mr. Manoj Kumar for tirelessly working to make this webinar successful and meaningful. Last but not the least, would like to thank participants for making this webinar grand success. Once again, I would like to thank organizing committee, CADMS Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, and KCCS Chennai Biofarm and JOFA Japan to make this event rolling for more than 2 hours.